Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. Is it good or nah? Well, yes, I'm going to tell you right now, this film is fantastic. There have been so many reviews on the internet saying that this movie is poorly made and it is just not good and it totally misses. I'm going to be honest with you, I have not been a fan of the DCEU, just as so many others haven't been over the years. But this film right here has made me want to go back and rewatch all of them because it was enjoyable. This movie was not only funny, but it made me emotional, and it was just fun to watch. Maybe, yes, I can say all these things because we have been deprived of superhero content this year, obviously for reasons that I don't need to get into. We have had no Marvel content, we have only had a limited amount of Star Wars content. That's a lie. We've actually had like Mandalorian season and Clone Wars season 7. So we've had quite a bit of Star Wars content, but regarding Marvel, we've had none. So most of us, MCU people are like, dying of thirst for some superhero. And Wonder Woman delivers wholeheartedly. So first off, I'm going to address the, claims that this film is tacky and just kind of stupid. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about that mall scene in the beginning because, well, people just need to stop hating themselves and hating on movies because they have nothing better to do. So let's analyze this mall scene right here. If you haven't seen the film yet, the mall scene, it's tacky, okay? It is supposed to be tacky. It is supposed to be a reference to the 80s. It's supposed to be a reference to former Wonder Woman content, obviously. It's just supposed to be fun. It's just warming up the movie. We just had a very intense scene of young Diana, in the Olympics or whatever you want to call this little thing going on, the arena. It was really good. I love the opening scene, but, we got to break that tension with this little fun scene right here, where Wonder Woman is just kicking some butt, And of course, it's very cheesy because the bad guys are stealing gold bars and in duffel bags and running away and wanting to throw kids over the ledge for some reason. It's stupid. Yeah. If this movie was taking itself seriously at this part, yeah, I would be criticizing it. But it's having fun. That's what it's supposed to be doing. It's just warming us back up into Wonder Woman, and what, she's capable of, her abilities, and, how badass she is, honestly. She's my favorite female superhero right now. I really was not a big fan of Black Widow whenever she, boinked in Endgame. I really was not affected. I know that's terrible to say, but I just really didn't care much. Yeah, so Wonder Woman totally just won the spot for my favorite female superhero. So yeah, this mall scene was clearly meant to be tacky. It was meant to be fun. It was meant to be cheesy. That is the idea. For all of you haters who hate yourselves and want to rip on the movie for this scene, really, this is really what you're gonna. People who just hate the movie because of the scene, they just. I can't. I can't take the brain cells. Anyway, yeah. Moving on to the next segment. It is time to talk about Pedro Pascal's performance in this movie. Yeah. It is something like. I don't know whether to call it brilliant or stupid. It is good, though. It is fantastic. And aside from The Mandalorian, I did not watch anything else that Pedro Pascal had performed in, but I can say that it was so weird watching Pedro Pascal without a Mandalorian helmet on. The whole time I was just like, first off, where's your mustache? And second off, put a helmet on. I don't know if I can look at you for more than 5 minutes at a time. Like, it was just weird. It was weird, but he totally sells his performance as a comic book villain. Wow, like the whole time, every time he was on screen, I just literally smiled. Like, it was so enjoyable. He was having a blast. You could tell he was having so much fun, and it really made me happy. Watching his entire performance made me so happy, especially at the end when he's like, shaking his fists and yelling up at the sky. He has power. It is hilarious, and I love it. I love him. He's just funny. He kills it as the little sleazy villain, but he's also got a heart to him too. we see very early on in the film that he just wants to impress his son. He just wants to not be like his father, and he wants to give his son everything that he wants, really. When all of a sudden is like, Dad, I just want to spend time with you. Let's play Chutes and Ladders. That's all the son really wants. So, it's just one of those classic themes. So the villain seems sleazy, but he really has good intentions. I love that Pedro Pascal's character is really just trying to monopolize oil while being a genie. Now, I can't even say that with a straight face. Yeah, so essentially, Pedro Pascal finds this magic rock that can grant one wish to a person. And he's been thinking long and hard about this. He has been studying this rock for a good long bit. He draws it every day. He dreams about it at night. And he figures out, hey, I'm just going to wish that I become the Dreamstone. Which really, if this was going by genie rules, that was a very bad wish because he did not specify. But it works out for him, whatever, it's a movie, sure. So this guy, the stone gets sucked into his chest. And... and he becomes a genie. This is not a joke. I did not make this up. This is amazing. I have no idea if this is a villain in DC or not. Give me just 1 second to look this up. So here I am on the Maxwell Lord Wikipedia page, and he is a fictional supervillain who first showed up in Justice League #1, 1987. That's pretty cool, I guess, And it says he had no supernatural abilities at first until he gained some mind control powers. He could telepathically influence people's minds. So I can see how this kind of translates into the movie, Basically what he does in the movie is he gets people to touch him and he makes them ask for a wish because he's technically the stone, so when they touch him and make a wish, their wish comes true. So he can influence people to make their wishes benefit him. So some really funny things happen in the movie with that. But yeah, so this guy was in Smallville, I guess. I am just not very familiar with DC content because Marvel is undoubtedly better. No offense to you DC fans out there. DC isn't terrible. Marvel is just better. Yeah, but there's a lot in this guy. Apparently he's pretty big. Pretty much my knowledge of DC goes as far as Lego Batman the video game. So yeah, we're gonna that's that. So So shame on me for not talking enough about Gal Gadot and Chris Pine's performance in this film. It is really good. It really mirrors the first movie. Their chemistry is still there. It is cute. They are cute, They are so cute, like every other cute superhero couple. They're cute, They have their little quirks and stuff. What I was not expecting was, Steve Trevor to be revived in a random dude's body, which I have looked up on the internet, and I just cannot figure out why he kind of just randomly took conscious in a random body. Like she never even physically wished for anything. So why did that happen? I don't really get it. So if someone wants to tell me in the comments why that happened, I really don't know. But whatever, he wakes up in some random guy's body, and they have their cute little watch scene, when she figures out, oh my gosh, you're back and stuff, and wow, we got this hug in the trailer. It was really cute. So that was a twist that I wasn't expecting, but, it was really, 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 really funny to see these two kind of switch roles in this movie. In the first movie, you had Steve Trevor walking Diana through the new world, as I will put it, from, her little island. He's telling her what to dress in, what the cultural customs are, blah, 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 blah. He even gives her last name because she doesn't have one. And then it flips on his head in this movie, and Diana is the one showing Steve Trevor, this is what the 80s are like. It's weird. It's cool. And he's like, parachute pants? That's what we got in the trailer. These two films really play off each other well. As George Lucas would say,
it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
Yeah, basically these two films rhyme with each other. So George Lucas would be very proud if he saw this film. I assume he might have with his family. I don't know what he's up to these days, but they kind of really reflect off each other well. I kind of enjoyed that. And let's talk about that invisible jet. I was sitting there in the theater, and they were flying that jet, and she made it invisible. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, that's pretty awesome. And then it occurred to me, in the Lego movie, Wonder Woman was like, to the invisible jet! And it blew up, and I was like, oh my gosh, does Wonder Woman have an invisible jet? Is that a thing? And then, Chris Pine says, an invisible jet, I'll be, gol darn, So I was like, yeah, I caught that reference before it was spoon-fed to me, which, I kind of wish it wouldn't have been, because I wanted to feel proud of myself for thinking of a reference like that. But what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Yeah, this did a really great job expanding the DC universe, which, is it one universe anymore? I don't even really know. Ben Affleck is not Batman anymore, so there is no Batman in this universe, or is Robert Pattinson the new DCEU Batman, or is that in the Joker verse, or is that just an own film on its own? Like I don't even know what's going on. I've tried to look up videos explaining this, and I just don't get DC. It will never be what Marvel is, unfortunately. I know a lot of us really do wish that there would be a DC universe, just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That would be really cool, but that's just not going to happen, unfortunately, anytime soon. If they do, they tried it, it didn't work out. You can't really blame them. I mean, you can, but you can't. So, yeah, this film slaps. It is good. It is good. I don't even know. It's just good. It's not fantastic. It is not a masterpiece like Endgame or Infinity War or Iron Man. It is not a masterpiece like the best film of all time, The Lighthouse. It is not a bad film. It is not The New Mutants. I'm poking. Yeah, The New Mutants was not good. It is not a bad film. It is not like Captain Marvel. It is not a bad film. It is just average. It is averagely good. It was a nice film to end the year. I showed up to AMC, I was excited. I went and I stood in the line for about half an hour, and I got my Wonder Woman AMC exclusive popcorn gold and purple tin. I was ready. I got it full of popcorn. I got my drink. I snuck in popcorn. I had a blast. That's all. That's the most I can say about it. It was just fun. If you went in expecting a fun movie, you're gonna get a lot out of it. If you went in expecting some sophisticated story, I wanna see something. I don't even know what I want to see, but I want to see something out of this movie. People just need to get over themselves. It's a DC film. It's a superhero movie. It's not supposed to be some big, cultural movement. It's just fun, Diana Prince has a really good presence about her. She is not cocky. She is not full of herself. She is humble and a superhero. She is a superhero. She is the superhero that a lot of people think of from their childhood. And I love that they included this cameo from the original Wonder Woman. It was really, really cute. I was like, is this canon? Like is Wonder Woman older? Like, is she actually aging? But then I was like, oh my god, it's the original actress who played her. So I recorded this entire audio, and I edited the whole video, and I forgot to talk about Cheetah. Okay, this is gonna be my criticism about this film. Yeah, Cheetah is kind of non-existent. Like, she shows up in the last 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah, they totally advertise this movie as Cheetah being the main baddie, the main villain. Yeah, she becomes evil in the last 20 minutes because she wants to stay cool. That is her whole drive. And the CGI for the cheetah skin. Yikes! That is yeah, not looking too good. It's not to say that the character of Barbara was not present at all, because Barbara was a huge presence in the film. Kristen did a very good job portraying that role. She was fun, she was quirky, and it was interesting to kind of see how she got her powers in this film. Basically, she makes a wish to the Dreamstone, blah, blah, blah. She wants to be like Diana, gets more than she bargains for. That's how she becomes the Cheetah. Well, actually, she becomes the Cheetah when Pedro Pascal's, Maxwell Lord like gets the whole world to wish, and he takes their wishes and transfers them into a new wish to make her have skin. It's kind of weird, but yeah, her and Diana fight for like 2 minutes, and Diana kicks her ass because she's an Amazon. And she wears the cool gold armor that was advertised, blah blah blah. Yeah, I totally forgot that Cheetah was even in this movie until I was done, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not talk about this part. So yeah, I will say that this movie is great, except it kind of just casually has Cheetah in here for no reason, really. Cheetah really doesn't serve that much of a purpose other than to, I guess, befriend Diana. It's weird, I wish that Cheetah had a bigger role in the film. I'm talking about Cheetah, like the villain, rather than Barbara, because Barbara was a great character. Can't believe I forgot to talk about her, but Cheetah could have been done better. For sure. But it was still a fun addition, I guess. She is the secondary villain to this film. Do not get fooled. This is Pedro Pascal's movie as Maxwell Lord. Yeah, he kills it, obviously. I talked about that earlier. But this film is not bad. This is a great film. The final thing that I do want to talk about in this movie is the emotional moments. When they hit, they hit. The first big emotional moment that I'll talk about is obviously Steve Trevor's second death. It's very sad. I could not help but shed a few tears. It was really sad. I mean, Chris Pine really, really, really kills it with the tone here. He basically tells her to go. He understands, he's already gone, not to think about him. This world needs her and not him. He is a great guy, obviously. That's why she loves him. She'll never love again. It's sad. And then she learns to fly, which is pretty cool. I guess she could do that. I didn't know that Wonder Woman could fly, but she can apparently. And she flies to this song, Sunshine, which is a very famous song. It is played in many, many, many movies and TV shows. To name a few, it was in the Days of Future Past trailer, which many of you will probably know it most from. Or it was in that one episode of Walking Dead for some reason. It was there too, but it's been in a million different things. Great song. It took me by surprise. I had forgotten about this song, but for all of you music fans out there, just like me, you probably picked up on it just like I did. It was awesome. It fit the tone perfect, and it really was just an emotional moment that hit me like a train. But the moment that gets the biggest award for the hardest emotional roller coaster is the ending of the movie when Pedro Pascal redeems himself. I loved this movie's ending because in most superhero movies, including Marvel movies, in fact, mostly Marvel movies, the villain always dies. Just even from the first Iron Man to Endgame, the villains pretty much die in 90% of those films. But not in this one. In this film, Maxwell Lord redeems himself. He gets to walk away with his family, being his son. He learns from his mistakes. He's sorry. Everybody undoes their wishes that they made, and everything pretty much goes back to normal. So I'm curious to see if that sequence of events got erased from everybody's minds. Because if not, why didn't it get brought up in Justice League? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, the emotions between Pedro Pascal and the child actor, playing his son, are really, really good. It is believable. Pedro Pascal made me cry, literally, because he has been this silly comic book villain the entire movie, and then he totally portrays this believable father to a son. He is a hardworking father who just wants to impress his son, like I talked about before, and he realizes his mistakes, and he's like, oh crap, I have the power to undo this, and he undoes it. That is just something really special that I'm glad was the end of the movie, because usually the villain dies. And from the beginning, when I figured out he was a dad and he was just trying to do it for the greater good, I was hoping that he was not going to die, and thankfully the movie delivered. So that is all I have on this topic today. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Right now, I just want to discuss what this channel is going to hold and what content will be released. I love movies. I love movies. I love TV shows. I love entertainment. I love books, everything. I live for it. It's great. I'm a film student right now, and I just want to preach the importance of entertainment in our daily lives, especially during this past year when we've needed entertainment to keep us going. So in this channel, I will just be discussing different forms of entertainment, whether it be video games, movies, TV. I'm just going to be talking about the stuff that everybody loves to talk about, because why not? You can't get enough of it at all. So please subscribe and drop a like if you want to support a new and growing channel. I would really appreciate it. Can't wait to talk with you guys next time. Please leave some comments below on what I can do better. I would love to hear your feedback. Please help me keep going. Thank you so much. Be good people. Have a great day.